What's going on, everybody? This is MDENT313, and I'm back at y'all with another one. Man, what a great night of boxing, right? I mean, we had Stephen Fulton taking on Brandon Figueroa, in which I knew it would be a good fight. I knew that Stephen Fulton would win. I predicted that he would outbox him, but he did. It's weird, right? Because it was almost like a tale of two halves. He outboxed him thoroughly the first 7 rounds. At least the first 6 rounds. I had it 6-0, possibly 7-1, going into the 8th round. But then, I don't know if, because Stephen Fulton was up so much, if he started to just, relax and try to conserve his energy and just kind of, just take a couple of rounds off, or if he got tired. Because to me, it looked like he got tired. The reason why I say it looked like he got tired is because even when Floyd Mayweather would take rounds off, he would still move enough and stay out of range, not to take any big punches while he was taking a round off. When it came to Stephen Fulton, when he started to slow down, he would lean up against the ropes and Brandon Figueroa would just tee off on him big time. And I don't understand the game plan of Brandon Figueroa, to be honest with you. I thought that Brandon Figueroa would try to walk Stephen Fulton down, put a lot of pressure on him. But he was doing this thing where he was switching back and forth between orthodox to southpaw unnecessarily. When he was switching, it's not like he was switching to the point to where he would be in range to do anything. It was like he was just switching to switch. It had no purpose, no meaning. Like, I just don't understand the game plan. He was sitting in there and he was trying to outbox Stephen Fulton. And it was almost kind of like what Canelo was trying to do with Floyd Mayweather. Like, why are you trying to prove that you can keep up with a masterclass boxer? That's not your realm. It's not to say that you can't do it in spots, but that's not your bag, as the young people say, right? That's not your element. Do what works for you, and if you got to make an adjustment and do it in spots, I understand it. But you trying to outbox the better boxer was just a boneheaded game plan, right? And, but I would give him a lot of the middle rounds, right? 8, 9, a little bit of 10, but then Fulton, he started to get his wind back and he got back in control of the fight, and he finished the fight strong, especially that 12th round. He was hitting Figueroa with all type of jabs. He kept going to his body. His legs still looked decent. So, I mean, that wasn't really a hard fight to score, but it was a cool fight to watch. But let's talk about this main event. This main event completely delivered to me. I don't say this lightly when I talk about the legends of the game. When I talk about guys like Thomas the Hitman Hearns, who is from my hometown of Detroit, and when I'm talking about the marvelous Marvin Hagler, one of the greatest middleweights to live, between him and Roy Jones Jr. are probably the greatest middleweights to ever grace the square circle. But you remember in that Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, how that was just 3 rounds of just war? That's what the first 4 rounds of this David Benavides, David Morrell fight was. Man, they was punching in combination, both of them. They was throwing fast, hard. The first round, it was kind of a filler round. You could tell both guys was nervous. Both guys was, they was throwing punches, but in that first round, they was kind of missing a lot, right? Both guys' timing was off a little bit. And you could tell that, they had to get the nerves out. So it was pretty much a fill-out round. But the later part of that first round, it started to heat up. That second, third, and fourth round was war. I'm talking about they hitting each other with all type of hooks to the body. They coming up top. The jab, Morrell's jab was beautiful. He was countering David Benavides, but then David Benavides, he put relentless pressure on David Morrell. He was hitting him, just hooking him off to the body, jabbing beautifully up top, hitting him with all type of straight right hands. But he couldn't get out the way of Morrell's jab. And when Morrell had energy, man, he hit Benavides with a shot that stumbled David Benavides, and I was like, whoa. You could tell he got David Benavides respect with that one. But credit to David Benavides, he didn't get rattled. He got that big fight experience. and he kept coming forward, and he kept throwing punches. And every time David Benavides would look like he finna get ready to take off, bam, Morrell would counter him, hit him with 2s and 3s, and that double jab was beautiful. He was working that jab. He was going to David Benavides' body. I mean, David Benavides was hitting him with the straight right, kept going to the body, hit him with a couple of uppercuts. Man, it was a beautiful fight. But something unfortunate happened. And even though I predicted the knockout, and the knockout didn't happen, the experience, which is, if you remember my pre-fight, my post-fight, I mean, not my post-fight, but my last-minute prediction, I picked David Benavides because the experience. Listen, I know that David Morrell got a lot more amateur experience than David Benavides, but David Benavides have more professional experience, right? He's fought phenomenal boxers like David Morrell, not necessarily with the hand speed that Morrell have, and not necessarily with the pure punching power that David Morrell have, and not with the size of David Morrell, but he's been in there with big name fighters like Demetrius Andre and Caleb Plant. You get what I'm saying? And he fought hard punchers like Gosvick, right? So what started to happen was David Morrell, he started to tire out, and right around at about the 8th round mark, he started to, you know, when David Benavides was putting pressure on him, he started to kind of tire out. He would just throw punches to get him off, but you could tell he didn't have any steam on his punches anymore. And David Benavides kept coming, you know, breaking him down. But every time it looked like David Benavides was just finna take off and do what he wanted, credit to Morrell. He worked himself back into the round. He sometimes it looked like he was getting ready to take over the back half of the rounds, but too much in that later half of the fight, he was a little too late in doing so. So he never let things get out of control. Even though he started to lose the fight, he never let things get out of control, and he kept working, man, and he did a phenomenal job. And listen, in the 11th round, he knocked down David Benavides toward the end of the round, but the ref hit him with a point, because I guess as Benavides was going down, he hit him with a punch. And I'm like, why would you call that, man? That was ridiculous. That didn't make any sense to me. But he shouldn't have took a point from him, in my humble opinion. And also, I think he should have been credited with a knockdown. The knockdown wouldn't have been enough to win him the fight, but it would have made things a little closer and a lot more dramatic for that 12th round. But hey, man, these guys put on a good showing in that 12th round, and they showed each other respect at the end of the fight, man. Credit to both these guys. If you get an opportunity, the fight will probably be available next week or the week after on YouTube or whatever platform. Man, please check out this fight. Absolute phenomenal fight, man. Let me know what you guys think. Both these guys are big time fighters, and until either guy beat Dimitri Bivol or Arthur Beterbiev, they are the 3rd and 4th best light heavyweights, in my humble opinion. This is going to be a learning experience for David Morrell. He's only going to get better, and I look forward to seeing these guys have a rematch, not right away, but down the line, because I do believe that both these guys will eventually win a title, and I look forward to seeing a rematch when David Morrell get more experience, and when David Benavides also growing to the weight, and when Morrell growing to the weight a little bit more. But man, great fight, man. Great pay-per-view. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe.